Look at that mountain. Morning guys, current day is 24th of April, current time it's about 5:30 a.m. and as you can see I'm back here at Lake Kawaguchigo. Yeah, where I left off, it was nearly a year ago where I was in Japan and then made my way to Hong Kong for a week or a bit longer, can't remember, and then made my way back home. As you guys know, this is the annual spot where I look back on my year and explain to you guys what has been going on, which I will be doing, but not here. I'm going to be doing it back at Utah's place. I'll explain when I'm back down at Iruma. But anyways, I'm going to be spending my time an hour enjoying this beautiful view, getting some awesome photos and some B-roll and some clips for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy the following clips. Made it back. Time to rest. Who's that? Look at that sexy beast of a car. Woo! Oh, I'm sorry, Corona. Social distance.
Corona, bro. Don't come close. Don't.
Woo! Look at that sexy guy. Sogo!
Please don't show this, okay?
Okay.
Secret recipe. Scoot, scoot. Scoot deep. Scoot, scoot.
Thanks, Sogo.
はい、スクーターレバの店長、ソゴです。よろしくお願いします。
Welcome to a new video, even though I've already said that in the beginning of this video, but where I left off it was like the 26th of April and today it's the 28th of June, so it's been over 2 months since where I left off. What has been happening? Well, I'm currently in Japan still. I was actually meant to leave on the 9th of June, but as you guys know, with the current situation with the world, with the virus, I unfortunately got stuck here. Which isn't a bad thing, but I do wish to be home, you know, I've got stuff to do. But there's some good news though. On the 15th of July, I have a flight back home to Melbourne, so yeah. And yeah, that's like in 2 weeks, so really looking forward to that. But what has been happening? So, been here for nearly 3 months now. My visa ends on the 29th. Massive shout out to Jennifer and his family for providing me a place to stay. When I came here, I stayed here for a month and a bit. I was originally meant to stay for a week and then do my hitch scooting, but that didn't happen. And then I made my way to Nagoya to see my boy Kenny and Sogo. Also, massive shout out to, you know, Kenny and Leah and his family for providing me a place to stay. Originally I was meant to stay for a week, but I ended up staying for a month. During that time, that's when I found out my flight got cancelled. I was actually meant to be leaving here on the 9th of June, back to Gold Coast, one of many flights that got cancelled on my trip. And yeah, I was there for a month, which was really good to catch up with everyone. Leah, Kenny, Kana, Sogo, Haru. Yeah, had a fun time, hitting some skate parks. During that time, that's when the restriction of the lockdown was easing up, and as of now it's actually much better now, so I've been able to go, you know, to Tokyo and stuff, but still just got to be careful. But anyways, this isn't the whole reason why I wanted to film this. Well, in the beginning I wanted to explain to you guys what has been happening, which I will be doing in the next video. This video is going to be a special video. As of tomorrow from 3 AM, I'm going to be heading to Egawa Beach, which is in Chiba Prefecture. So right now, I am at Saitama Prefecture, and then you got the Tokyo Prefecture, and then on the east side of the bay you got the Chiba Prefecture. That's where the beach is, and that's where I'm heading towards, which is about 115 kilometers. What's there? Well, a beautiful photogenic spot that I'm looking forward to go and check. Supposedly on the internet it's no longer there, so fingers crossed it's there. If not, doesn't matter, it's still going to be a beautiful route. So yeah, that's still not 200 kilometers. I'm going to be heading back all the way to Tokyo Prefecture to Shibuya, and by the time I get there it's going to be night time, so it's going to be very beautiful. That's roughly 80 kilometers, so right now we are at 195 kilometers, and then from there I'm going to head to Shinjuku, which is where the train station, Seibu Line, heading towards here, Iromashi Station, which is where I'm at. That's about roughly 4 kilometers, so in total it's 199 kilometers. We're still missing 1k, that's alright. Usually with Google it's not always accurate, but I'm gonna manage the extra kilometer. I mean, I'll just do a full circle if I have to get the 200k. And yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow's adventure. It's gonna be a very long, big day. I'm hoping I will finish roughly around 9 p.m. Fingers crossed. And yeah, really looking forward to the journey. Never done this route, so looking forward to seeing how beautiful this side of Japan. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 a.m. Morning, guys. Currently time 3:09. Took me about 30 minutes to get ready, but I'm all ready. Let's begin the journey. Ikemashou. Sun's coming out. We have officially made it. So I got some bad news. Unfortunately, it is true on the internet, it's no longer here, which is really unfortunate. But I see some over there, so that's some good news. They're just other ones. So right now, it's currently 1:17 p.m. So that's how much I've done so far. It's taken me 8.5 hours. 116 kilometers, average 13.8 in speed. All right, time to go over there and have a bit of a break. Well, there it is. Unfortunately, the ones I actually wanted to see are no longer there due to the typhoon late last year. That's what I read on the internet. But at least these are still here. And definitely going to be coming back here during sunset. Right now I'm a bit on a schedule, you know, I need to continue on and reach the 200k mark. I've done so far 117, and yeah, it was really good to actually come here. At least I know it's here, some of it. Anyways, let's get to it. Here we go. 11:27 p.m. and your boy freaking did it. 200 kilometers. What a milestone. And what a place to do it here. Shibuya. I know it says 196, but long story short, I kind of stuffed up on the app. So when I go to Shinjuku, which is the original plan, I will hopefully have 200 kilometers on that. So anyways, I can't believe it. Woo! 200 kilometers! Yeah, boy! Yeah, and I have officially finished. Arrived here at Shinjuku. Time to head back to Iramashi and get some sleep. Nerimasho. Ohayou gozaimasu. Morning, guys. It is currently Asate, the day after tomorrow from my big long ride. It's the 1st of July, currently 9:14 a.m. And yesterday was just a rest day, which was really good. Honestly, I thought the next morning I was going to be really sore, but I was actually okay. And yeah, it was really good yesterday. Ended up going to the local ramen joint to celebrate the achievement. Usually, on the finish line, I would celebrate a bowl of ramen, but I was very eager to get back home. So yeah, I decided the next time I will be in Shibuya, I'm gonna have a good bowl of ramen for my second celebration. Anyways, let's recap the day of my journey to 200 kilometers. I started at 10:03 a.m. The sun didn't come up till 4:30, 5:30, that's when it was golden hour. So I had an hour of riding in the dark. The weather was actually surprisingly good. I was expecting it to be very humid during the day, but I was very grateful for the cloudy weather. But in the morning, the sun was out, surprisingly. Clear blue skies. I was in the outskirts of the residential area, so started in Saitama, and then basically it was just outskirts of Tokyo, and then it was pretty straightforward. Yeah, I filmed as much as I could. Once I reached to Route 14/16, which was a very long straight road to Egawa Beach / Chiba Prefecture. It was pretty boring, straight, long, wide road. There was really nothing going on besides industrial buildings and then the main road. That was it. So I didn't film as much as I expected. Once I reached to Egawa Beach, I was expecting to be there a little bit earlier, but I arrived there around 2 p.m. No, sorry, 1:30 p.m. I left at 2 p.m. Unfortunately, the spot was no longer there. It was true what the review said on Google. It was destroyed due to the typhoon. But there was another spot which was not the main pole line, but just another pole line. I was lucky enough to go there and take some photos. That's when it all began, with my legs starting to tense up, my feet started to ache. That was about after 115 kilometers. I was definitely feeling it. My ride was starting to get slower. My average speed was like, at the start, it was like 14 kilometers. But yeah, it slowly declined to 13 kilometers. As I said, Route 14/16 was pretty boring, long road, so I didn't really film as much. But once I reached the outskirts of Tokyo, I forgot what the area it's called, but it's where Odaiba is. So where Odaiba is, like where the Rainbow Bridge, Gundam statue, etc. Just out there is like basically the industrial area, much more industrial. That was the hardest point of the ride, the journey, as I was on the main road, but the pedestrian side was like very awful. It was like a lot of hills. It was a lot of pedestrian crossings, like overhead ones. So I couldn't cross the main road properly. I got over it and ended up just doing it. A bit of detours because it got confusing which road I had to be on. But once I got out of that, it was like, from there it was about 25-30 kilometers away from Tokyo. Once I got out of that, it was a very easy breeze. And once I reached to, where was I? Just around the Genza area. That's That's about like 5 kilometers away from Tokyo, like central Tokyo. Once I reached there, it was nighttime. I ended up going to Ebetsu because, long story short, as you've seen in the clip, on the app it said I was 196 kilometers in Shibuya. Technically though, I was actually 200 kilometers because after when I left Egawa, I was very tired, I was losing motivation, and when I did a pit stop at Lawson, I ended up not resuming the app. So with the app, there's this really cool setting where you can auto pause, but usually it's just a habit of me to always like stop and start whenever I actually stop. So when I did my pit stop in Lawson, I ended up not resuming, and then I basically lost 4 kilometers. So that's why in Shibuya it's at 196. Back to the recap. I had to go to Ebetsu to gain an extra 2 kilometers because of that. So it wasn't that far, it was about 2 kilometers away from Shibuya. So just went around that way. So Roppongi and then Ebetsu. It wasn't far away from Shibuya. And then 2 kilometers later, I finally reached the 200k mark and I was in Shibuya. Hooray. And then to officially get the 200 kilometers on the app, I went to Shinjuku, which was the original plan, as that's where the train station was, to head back to here. And I arrived there at roughly 11 p.m. So the whole journey was 20 hours and it was unbelievable. A very long day. Extremely life draining. I was definitely feeling it roughly after 150 kilometers. But yeah, I was super happy I achieved that goal. Caught the train, arrived here about 12, 15. But yeah, that was the recap of the journey to 200 kilometers. So happy to say, in 2 weeks I'm going to be heading back home to Melbourne, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Last night after the onsen, forgot to mention that, I was on my phone looking at the news articles and there might be a slight issue arriving home. Right now in Melbourne there has been big second spikes with the virus, and the Prime Minister said last night that there will be a 2-week travel ban with arrivals for quarantine in hotels. That was last night, so that should be on the 14th, the deadline, so I'm just in the clear. But if it's continuing on with the massive spikes in Victoria, yeah, there might be an issue getting back home, so fingers crossed that there won't be. Please Victoria, take the situation seriously. I want to get home as soon as possible, safely. But yeah, in the beginning of the video, I wanted to mention why, the main reason I was doing this adventure. Main reason because of the virus. I was actually meant to originally go on a big journey on my hitchscooting up north this time, but again, for the 3rd time, it didn't happen. So hopefully next time, 4th in a row, I will actually plan on going up north. Second reason, there's this YouTuber from France, Scoot2 Street. He claimed that he did 194 kilometers, and that really motivated me to push myself, as at the time my most I did was 144 with everything, with my 3 bags, etc. But yeah, that's the 2 main reasons: motivation, and being in Japan, I needed to do something with my hitchscooting adventures. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Super hyped. I achieved the goal. It was a very long, draining day, and as I said, there will be another video before I arrive home. Hopefully within the 2 weeks I'll do 2 more little hitchscooting trips. I do want to go back to Fuji Yoshida / Fuji Kawaguchiko. It just really depends on the weather, as during this time right now there's a 50-50 chance that Mount Fuji is invisible. Don't know if it's worth it. Another place I want to go is down all the way, where is it? Forgot what it's called, but it's where the beach skate park is, and it's just down like Yokohama and then down here. I do want to go there. So it really all depends on the weather. Fingers crossed, I will do those 2 little trips. And then, yeah, in the next video I'll explain what has been happening this past year and just what's gonna be happening this year. So peace out guys, thanks for watching.